I'd be happy to oblige.
I'd be obliged if Keitel found himself without a chair.
I'm much obliged, ma'am. But
we must oblige them! On the count of 3!
Mr. Berkel will oblige.
Oblige you take a look at my shoulder.
Oblige me a walk along the river to enlarge upon the topic.
Will oblige you by falling in with your plan.
I'm much obliged to you.
Rollo, pay the chaps off.
Yes, my lord.
You, madam. Can't stop now. On England, on!
Oblige.
If you ain't man enough to do it for yourself, I'd be happy to oblige. I really would.
But when the music stops, I'd be obliged if Keitel found himself without a chair.
We're Presbyterian.
I'm much obliged, ma'am. But this here's my Bible.
They're inviting us to defeat them. We must oblige them. On the count of 3.
Go along.
With the chaperone, of course. A certain Mr. Berkel will oblige.
That's a fine idea, Baron.
Providential. Be obliged you take a look at my shoulder, Doc.
Well, I'm not certain, sir.
Oblige me a walk along the river to enlarge upon the topic.
Makes you think that M, the head of British intelligence, will oblige you by falling in with your plan?
For the simple reason that this is so obviously a trap.
Everything you need is here.
I'm much obliged to you. His Majesty King George has sent you many gifts, King
Well,
Titus.
you've been very good, very patient. Much obliged to you. Rollo, pay the chaps off.
Yes, my lord. Thank you.
I'm obliged to you, madam. Can't stop now. On England, on!
For the sake of your misfortune.
Much obliged. I'd take a warm gin over ice anytime.
You're a convict.
Bad luck.
Good luck, then. I had a loving family, a lot of support. I guess I felt obliged to give some of it back.
Don't you miss having a man? Don't you want to give me...
In the interest of the dignity of France, he feels obliged to impose enormous limitations on us. He refuses to alter in any way.
To go out once more tonight. Oblige me with a fresh horse, sir. I beg! There's a mass of circumstantial evidence, no alibi whatsoever. It's a hot potato. Tossing it right into your lap.
Much obliged.
Your line of defense, however, will be lack of...
I'm obliged, Your Honor. I'll give the matter my consideration.
Very well.
Our job to do this thing the way you want it done. We're only too happy to be able to oblige. Have you seen these yet?
What are they?
Occasional and keep them down.
It's obliged, Granny.
You can pay me when you see me again, Josie Wells.
That gentleman was a close acquaintance of ours, a very good friend. He was obliged to leave the country at short notice. He was able to make his farewells to me last evening.
All these bloody personal reasons.
Personal means that I am not obliged to answer.
Well, let's see if we can resolve these personal...
A woman in that part of Cairo, a European woman, and I felt obliged to.
You felt obliged to?
As the wife of one of our party.
So I...
I'll be ever so much obliged, I'm sure, if you change places with me, too. My mother always warned me never to sit next to sailors.
Losing family. Losing family obliges us to find our family. Not always the family.
First round is.
I'd like to oblige you, Arletta, but right off, I just don't know where to put my hands on them.
We would zigzag, wouldn't we?
Of course, sir.
And the cruisers following us would be obliged to do the same.
Yes, sir, but I would...
Captain?
Mr. Christo, if you would let us know at once.
I will not let you know. I don't care to oblige you or Mr. Christo.
Perhaps you would, if there was £1,000 in it for you.
I'm obliged to point out, Major, that if you sack this man, the company is in breach of its agreement with the union.
As your humble servant, I would be greatly obliged and indebted if you could contrive to meet with me
All you can carry.
Obliged. Nice place you got here.
For attacking a stranger in the dark. Would you oblige me in a small matter, sir?
Anything, my lord.
When Madame and I are going to the palace, we must...
That particular pair for a souvenir. Much obliged.
As a German, I'm obliged to help you on your quest to rescue your beloved Brunhilde.
Just 8 miles. But don't stop. Don't get off. Understand?
Okay, yeah, much obliged.
Much obliged.
No, please, just for a moment, just listen. Gambling clubs are legally obliged to pay winnings on the spot, and that is why we insist our gamblers pay their debts on the spot.
And begged for me to save your life, and I obliged. But I want that man.
I'm leaving.
Much obliged. My name's Otis Harris. This is Dave.
The defense has said a case which never should have been reopened. A case which the defense is obliged to review now. The defense...
Yes, go ahead, sweetheart. That's a great idea. He'll oblige to save you that way, and if he doesn't, then I'll notify.
They're enabling her. The Sun-Times should be obliged to obey your honor and dismiss Ms. Armstrong if she does not.
That is out of line.
I'm just not used to all this dating bullshit, you know. Now we're a couple, now I'm obliged to give a shit what you say. It's not that
Don't worry, I'm not into those games either.
Tell your mama I'm much obliged.
A business proposal. The minister would be greatly obliged to you.
Expedition. One of the disadvantages of being a patrician is that occasionally you're obliged to act like one. You pledged the Senate to go, and go you must. I think Cracker should decide.
Ley dice, no matarás. Ningún soldado está obligado a obedecer una orden en contra de la ley de Dios. La violencia engendra...
Taping messages for voice reminder systems.
Much obliged.
Let's not get sidetracked on Rudolph Karp and his dealings with Henry may require a different tactic. I might even be obliged to ask you to leave France.
I hope to have a solution to such a...
The verdict of the Inquisition has been disputed by Brother Williams. We are obliged to extract the prisoner's confession to murder.
Take him to the forge and show him the instruments.